video is sponsored by Dominic Productions. This is how to use Sportscode. Firstly, step one, open up Sportscode. It's the icon with the S at the bottom. Click on that and that will definitely open.
Yeah, but there are environments where people...
Definitely open.
It's open.
What do we do now? Now step two, you need to create a new coding window. So go onto File,
however many times you tap
new
web page,
and then Code Window.
It doesn't change that.
Now you've got a blank code window and that should appear. Now creating the window. To create a button, click and drag the button onto the blank screen. Now you've got a button and maybe you want to edit it so you know what the button actually means. So double click on the button and a new window should appear. At the top over here you can change the name of the button. So for instance here, if we wanted to make it pass, Dom has typed in pass, and now that button will show like so in the coding window. You've also got to click populate. We don't know why, just click populate. Okay, there you've got a coding window. Sorry, a button. That button seems fairly simple at the minute. If you were to click it on, it would create. What would it create in the timeline? It'd create one unit in your timeline, so it'd be one code. If you wanted to go slightly more advanced with your button, Dom, if you'd like to create another button, let's maybe call this one tackle.
I'll check.
You could just say 4 grandchildren and then it doesn't.
Sometimes these buttons you just want to press once and you'd actually want them to record more than just a second at a time, and you'd like them to record something beyond once you press the button and maybe something before you press the button. For instance, if you wanted to make this more advanced and you were doing a tackle, once you press the button sometimes your reactions aren't quite as quick as live play. Therefore you might want to set up a lead time, so therefore this records anything leading up to once you press the button. So for instance 2 seconds here, if I was to press T for instance for tackle, that will record anything 2 seconds before I pressed it. The lag time would then record anything afterwards. So let's say, I don't know, 1 second after for lag time as well for the tackle. If you then wanted to, let's go back into tackle for me, Dom, if that's okay. And then you maybe wanted to create a hotkey. So rather than actually pressing the actual key, so with Dom, rather than going onto the code window, pressing every single time he wanted to make something, he could use hotkeys by actually using the keyboard. So you click on hotkeys for tackle. Let's say you wanted to make it a T. That would then be T, and then every time you press the T, that would then code from anything that you edited from the other window. Sweet. You can also change the shape of the button just by clicking on the edges and dragging it.
Which one should we do?
If you were looking at something like possession, for instance, and whilst one team had the ball, when you clicked the other team's button, you'd want the original team to then turn off. The way you do that is you need to link the buttons. So by doing that, you need to double-click on one of the buttons. Then you need to go over to exclusive link, and then that will bring up all of the other buttons that you've got on your coding window. You then need to link it to the button that you want it to be linked to. So for instance, this was when Norwich had the ball and Leeds United. You then click on that, then press OK. So then that shows that's linked over there, as you can see. Now when you press Leeds, so if you went onto the Leeds button and press that, Norwich will automatically turn off. Therefore, when you looked at possession at the end of the game, that would be accurate. If you then wanted to make it easier for yourself by using colours on the certain buttons, double click on the button. Once again, that will open up the editing window. You can then go to the top left, just where Dom's got his cursor over now, click on that, and then you can change it to whatever colour you want. Yellow would seem appropriate for Norwich, and if you went over to the Leeds button, what, black for Leeds?
No, I'd say blue.
Okay, blue for Leeds then. You've got 2 different colours.